When you see a YouTube video, you're not getting the whole story. Because let's face it, it's a video, not a 24/7 live stream of the creator's life. You're missing a lot. So today, let's step back for a moment for a quick Amputee Life update. First off, we moved. It was for disability-related reasons and there was drama. I'll tell you about it one of these days. Last week I told you how insurance doesn't want to cover a new prosthetic socket for me because they think I'm too weak and feeble, despite the fact that I've been renovating this house primarily by myself. And for those who are curious, no, my husband's not unwilling to help me, but he had some stuff come up with work and he had an unexpected surgery. So he helps as much as he can, but it's primarily me. I'm doing it single-handedly or single-footedly, so to speak. But I digress. I made the video for insurance, but before they had a chance to watch it, I got a phone call. Hello? It was my prosthetics clinic saying that insurance had denied the appeal because they're still convinced that I am too weak and feeble to actually make use of a prosthetic leg. You're kidding me. Do you find it as ironic as I do that I was literally up a ladder working on a house when I got the phone call saying I'm too incapacitated to do anything with a leg? If I'm such an invalid, what am I doing up a ladder? So what now? If the second appeal failed, what do we do? Move on to a third appeal, obviously. I will win this battle with insurance because 1, I'm determined and refuse to give up, and 2, I'm right. It's so obvious. This is not rocket science. If you give an amputee a leg, they're more functional and it helps them avoid other health problems. Like, that's it. I have video evidence I'm an active adult who would indeed use a leg, and my doctors know it, I know it. So I'm going to keep pushing until insurance is forced to acknowledge that this is indeed a fact, that I am deserving of a leg and would use it and have a right to it. I mean, like, most people, they're born with 2 legs for free. No fight, no appeals involved. They just get them from birth. Okay, yeah, I was born with 2 freebies too, but I lost one and I do think I deserve a replacement. This is a matter of life or limb. Well, just limb, actually. But it's important to me. I need that leg for my health and for my ability to function as a normal human being. This is not a frivolous request. This is a medical necessity that will prevent future medical problems. It will enable activities of daily living and all that mumbo jumbo that insurance claims to care about. I'm not giving up until I win, so stay tuned for that. This is probably a good chance for me to say subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss what happens. I'm trying to be a good YouTuber. In other news, we got a kitten. The circumstances were sad. One of our 2 older cats had an autoimmune disease that reached a point where she had to be put down, which was really heartbreaking. But our other cat needed a buddy. However, I don't think she was envisioning this little feisty ball of fluff that keeps pouncing on her. They'll get used to each other. And here we have an amputee painting her 5,000th cupboard door, occasionally pounced upon by a kitten. As grateful as I am for this house, I am so sick of working on it. Like, it's taken over my entire life. I just want to do other things. I'm not averse to a little hard work. I just want to work at other things that are more fulfilling than paint. Nothing against you painters out there. You're saints. Keep up the good work. But there are other things I would rather be working on right now, such as making videos for you. So apologies that videos have been more sporadic the past few months. I'm as eager as you are to get back to my usual schedule. I predict white footprints painted across the house. My body is tired and broken. I mean, bits fell off. And it's harder to do this sort of work when you're disabled. Before we moved in, I was pushing myself way too hard because we had the due date of moving day and I wanted to get everything done. Turned out that was not physically possible, plus the floor didn't arrive in time, so that was exciting. So we've been living on the subfloor and I'm still painting and working on repairs, but we're getting there. Now that I'm in, I've grown a little wiser. I'm not pushing myself as hard because I want to be kind to my body, and that's been the hardest thing because I just want to be done. I just want to push through, race through this, get it over with. But my body can't handle that these days. So I'm learning a pinch of wisdom that maybe sometimes you need to slow down. Otherwise you'll burn out and not be able to finish at all. So this is taking forever and a day, but I am not killing myself getting it done anymore. And I think my body appreciates that. Quick side note, followed by a pro tip. Although I've been using my leg for most of what I've been doing, there are situations where I'd sit down anyway to paint these cupboard doors, right? So I might as well sit in my wheelchair because it's more mobile. Here's the thing though, if you're in a wheelchair and your hands get dirty, like from paint, then you go to wash your hands, you have to touch the hand rims to get to the sink to clean your hands. Now you've got paint on your wheelchair. So the workaround, you wear gloves. You take off the gloves, now you can push your wheelchair without painting it. This applies to other situations too. If you know your hands are going to get filthy and you don't want your wheelchair to also get filthy, wearing gloves is an easy way to make it so you can get done what you need to without causing more work for your wheelchair. My kids are back. My kids just got back home from swimming, which is my cue to wrap up this video. But I am stoked for next week's video because it took 10 months to make, the longest ever, and it may or may not involve potentially deadly consequences. So look out for that.